This documentary is called Suspended in the Air, a look at body suspension. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Body suspension is an extreme form of body modification that involves suspending a person's body from hooks or other piercing devices attached to their skin. The practice has been around for thousands of years and has been practiced by different cultures and communities for various reasons, including spiritual, religious, and cultural practices. However, in recent years, body suspension has gained popularity as a form of artistic expression and a way to push personal boundaries. In this documentary, we will explore the history, practices, and potential risks associated with body suspension. Body suspension is not a new practice, and it has been around for thousands of years. The practice has been documented in various cultures and communities, including ancient Indian and Native American cultures. For these cultures, body suspension was often associated with religious or spiritual practices, such as rituals or rites of passage. For example, in some Native American cultures, young men would undergo body suspension as part of their initiation into adulthood. In modern times, body suspension has gained popularity as a form of artistic expression and a way to push personal boundaries. It is often performed in groups or at festivals and is typically done in a controlled environment by trained professionals. Body suspension involves suspending a person's body from hooks or other piercing devices attached to their skin. The hooks are typically inserted into the back or chest and are attached to ropes or other suspension devices. The person is then lifted off the ground and suspended in the air, often in a harness or other safety equipment. There are several different techniques for body suspension. They include suicide suspension. In this technique, the person is suspended horizontally by their back, with the hooks placed along the spine. The suspension is usually performed with 2 or more hooks. Knee suspension. In this technique, the person is suspended vertically, with the hooks placed behind the knees. The suspension is usually performed with 2 or more hooks. Chest suspension. In this technique, the person is suspended vertically, with the hooks placed in the chest. The suspension is usually performed with 4 or more hooks. Facial suspension. In this technique, the person is suspended horizontally, with the hooks placed in the cheeks, lips, or other facial areas. Body suspension is an extreme form of body modification that carries several potential risks. Some of the potential risks include infection. One of the most significant risks associated with body suspension is the risk of infection. The insertion of hooks or other piercing devices into the skin can create an entry point for bacteria or other microorganisms, leading to infection. Bleeding. The insertion of hooks or other piercing devices into the skin can cause bleeding, especially if the hooks are placed in areas with high blood flow. Nerve damage. The insertion of hooks or other piercing devices into the skin can damage nerves, leading to temporary or permanent loss of sensation in the affected area. Muscle strain. Body suspension can cause strain on the muscles and joints, leading to pain and discomfort. Emotional trauma. Body suspension can be a traumatic experience for some individuals, leading to emotional distress or trauma. Equipment failure. The suspension equipment can fail, leading to falls and other accidents. Legal issues. In some jurisdictions, body suspension may be considered a form of self-harm or illegal activity, leading to legal consequences. While body suspension carries potential risks, these risks can be minimized by taking proper safety precautions. Some of the safety precautions include Proper equipment. It is essential to use proper suspension equipment, including hooks, ropes, and other devices. The equipment should be of high quality and should be inspected before each use. Hygiene. It is essential to maintain proper hygiene before and during body suspension. The skin should be cleaned and disinfected before the hooks are inserted, and the area should be kept clean and dry throughout the suspension. Trained professionals. Body suspension should only be performed by trained professionals who are knowledgeable in safe suspension practices and techniques. These professionals should have experience in body modification and should be able to recognize and respond to potential risks and complications. Consent. Consent is crucial in body suspension, and all individuals involved should provide informed consent. This includes understanding the risks associated with body suspension and the potential consequences. Proper preparation. Individuals should prepare themselves mentally and physically before body suspension. This includes proper nutrition, hydration, and rest before the suspension. It is also essential to have a support system in place in case of emotional distress or trauma. Aftercare. Proper aftercare is essential to minimize the risk of infection and other complications. This includes cleaning and disinfecting the insertion points, monitoring for signs of infection or other complications, and seeking medical attention if needed. In conclusion, body suspension is an extreme form of body modification that carries potential risks and should only be performed by trained professionals using proper safety precautions. While the practice has been around for thousands of years and has been used for religious, cultural, and spiritual purposes, it has gained popularity in recent years as a form of artistic expression and a way to push personal boundaries. However, it is crucial to remember that body suspension is not for everyone, and individuals should only engage in the practice if they fully understand the risks and potential consequences. By taking proper safety precautions, obtaining informed consent, and seeking professional help, individuals can safely explore the limits of their bodies and push their personal boundaries through body suspension. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest videos. Thank you.